Greetings. Hope you guys have all been well. Got a new box here. It's a bigger one than normal. Hopefully there's a lot of good stuff in here. Let's see. It is fragile. Oh, didn't make it all the way through. There we go. Ah, there we go. Packed well. We've got some cables on top. It's always a good sign. Ah, there she is. She's a big girl. All right. Let me move some of this out of the way so you can see the wonders of SWR Mini-Mo. This is actually the preamp version of an amp that came out with called the Mo. So just a preamp, probably one of the few bass preamps that actually had multi-effects in there. Because bassists in general, not really gear nerds, at least not to the level of guitar guys. It's funny, I always joke that the bass side or the guitar side is much more fun because there's a ton more gear. But this kind of bucked the trend. This went out there and said, all right, we're going to give you a bass preamp, but we're also going to give you effects. So first effect is an oral exciter. Then you've got a bass synth, you've got a chorus, you've got an overdrive, and I think that's it. I think and some EQs and stuff. So this is a really cool piece. This is actually pretty rare. These came out early 2000s maybe. The problem is you couldn't find one of these on the shelves at most of your music retailers. This was almost kind of a special order thing through SWR. So I was lucky enough to find one of these, even though it was born in Sun Valley, California, which is like, I don't know, 20 minutes from here. I had to search a bit to get one of these. So here's the preamp. In the box, there's more. Oh, a box within a box. Not as good as the one a couple of videos ago, but still box within a box. Because if you're going to design preamp goodness to that level, you got to have the companion foot pedal. There's no way around it. That way you can you can choose all your presets and you can turn your effects on and off. So matching, actually it's got a name to it. Oh, appropriately named, the Mo Control. So you got your Mini-Mo and your Mo Control on the floor. Let's see how this sounds. There's the bass. So this is a Warmoth bass I built a while back before I started doing videos. This is because I didn't have a PJ bass. I was looking for Reggie Hamilton Fender, but those are kind of hard to find in good condition. So I built my own. This is a roasted Swamp Ash body, PJ configuration with a high mass bridge, roasted maple neck. The pickups here are EMG Geezer Butler, the set with the preamp. So this is an active bass. You've got two different independent, basically a concentric or stacked knob for volume for each pickup. Active bass, middle, and treble. And then I don't even know what tuner is. Schallers. I used Schallers on the bass headstock. But great sounding bass, heavy as hell. And I haven't done the finish yet. I'm going to do it all finished. And this will make the sound a little bit, make it look a little cooler. Plus, not make it look weird whenever I sweat on this thing. But so that's the bass. Going to the preamp. All right, we got the Mo Control, or the Mini-Mo, into the bass rack. I have to laugh because every time I say Mo, I think of this guy. Yeah. So preamps on top, getting my GCX switcher. Controls are basic preamp volume. Then it goes into like a pre-effect EQ. That also has a limiter compressor. Also, next to that's oral exciter, and then the bass, mid and treble. Next to that is your overdrive. Next to that is your Subwave, which is basically an octave down, octaver type of effect. Next to that is going to be your bass synth, which is interesting. Not sure how usable that is, but interesting. Next to that is your chorus. It's got a chorus built. No, sorry. Next to that is your post weird stuff EQ. Then you go to chorus, and then you go to your main master outs. So that's the Mini-Mo preamp. Down below, I've got the Mo Control, which has 4 different presets and basically a switch for each one of those features up there. So overdrive, subwave, bass synth, chorus, bypass, mute, and then whatever the dual mode is. I'll figure out what that one is. But I'm going mono into a power amp. So I'm not sure I'm going to be even using anything that resembles a dual mode. But let's listen to it. All right, so let's hear the sounds. So first I'm going to play without any of the cool effects in, just bass preamp only, and see what that sounds like. So, straight clean tone. Let's see what adding the drive effect does to the bass sound. So yeah, put a lot of hair on it. So that is the drive. Next is going to be Subwave. So you're going to hear basically the standard bass tone with an octave lower than that. So if I'm really up high, you're going to hear that double. Then down low, it's not nearly as noticeable. So next is the bass synth, which is actually kind of fun, but kind of quirky. kind of quirky. So Mo EQ, I think you can set to like a radically different EQ. So instead of having like a full sound, you can go just highs for like maybe a solo, or maybe to accentuate one of the effects. And I'm still in synth mode. This is a little bit problematic button here. Does not like to go out. So this is one of the problems when you buy vintage gear is, yeah. Oh, come on, man. Help a brother out. There we go. When you buy vintage gear, you sometimes, oh God, come on, please. You sometimes get unexpected, oh, come on, you're killing me. All right, we're gonna try this one more time. I think I got it. No, I don't. Yeah, there we go. No! The 99th time. There! Finally. I'm going to edit that. Alright, so Mo EQ out. Last thing is the chorus, which is your standard chorus. It's adjustable. You can adjust a little bit for the rate and for the depth and everything, but really sounds a lot like I say it was the 90s when this thing came out. All right, so the cool thing is you can stack these when you go into the the presets. So like preset group number 1 is basically drive, Mo EQ. This is whatever the previous owner had. Mo EQ and then chorus. So it's basically overdrive with the chorus stacked on top of it. Kind of the neat one is the next one. So if I go into the next one, well, not the next one. The next one's kind of cheese. The third one. So I've got synth, Mo EQ, and the chorus. You get this really cool 70s vibe. So thinking 70s or thinking. Or the horn part. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then the fourth preset, let me see what we got. Pretty much you threw everything out except for the overdrive. So you've got Subwave, synth, Mo EQ, and chorus. Kind of over the top. I don't know where you'd use that. It sounds really cool when you're by yourself, but you throw that in the mix and it's going to get completely washed. But so that is some 90s cool gear. I'm going to keep buying. I'm going to keep showing you cool stuff. Don't feel like you never need to buy into this stuff because unless you really like it. So till next time, thanks for watching. And if you like it, subscribe.